What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lemon Football, and today's video is going to be the review on the Evapor Eastbay compression tights. Okay, so to start off, again, these are only available at eastbay.com. I will link to them down below because they are the Eastbay's apparel brand, Evapor. The reason I went with these are because they are tremendously cheaper than the Nike or the Under Armour, anything like that when you're looking at tights, and for the purpose I wanted them for. Now, so the Eastbay Evapor ones retail for $24.99. When I'm filming this though, they are on sale for $17.99, so if you want, go check out, take advantage of that deal. And I went with a simple gray colorway, but for them they come in 20 different colors and patterns, and they're always releasing new ones. There's camos and fires and just basic colors, and there's a lot of different stuff that they make with these, so there's tons of options. Definitely one that you'll like. Okay, so now I wanted these for basically just for the gym, and you might want them just for underneath your football pads and that kind of stuff. The reason I wanted them was strictly just to keep my legs a little warmer. Now, some of the Nike and the Under Armour ones, they have different purposes with different stretch materials to help give a little more compression to your legs and to help kind of give you a little more of those compressive qualities when I'm talking about for as far as creating blood flow and that kind of thing. So they're definitely a little more expensive, and you can see that in them. These obviously are compression because they fit nice and tight to your body, but at the same time they don't have any of those different stretchy qualities to help you out. Some of the more advanced technologies that you're getting with some of the more expensive leggings out there. Now, also the ones I have are the full length. They go all the way down to your ankles, but they also do come in the 3/4, and it's basically the same material that they'd be using for their short sleeve tights and that kind of stuff. So it's basically just different cuts of the same thing. I went with the full length because I'm just using them to work out, and I want them basically all the way down. Someone else, you might want them the 3/4 if you're wearing with your football socks or something like that. Okay, so the main purpose of these tights is to wick away sweat from your body and keep your legs warm at the same time. And I found them super effective for both of those things. Now, it does wick away sweat really nicely. However, at the same time, sweat can get trapped in certain ways. So when I was wearing my knee sleeves with these, obviously because they're tight, I had a massive sweat ring that went all the way around the knee here because just it was keeping that sweat in and it couldn't escape. Again, that only is really a big issue because I have the gray ones. The gray, when it gets dark, it's really noticeable. When you have something maybe like a yellow or a white, might get a little see-through, but definitely a black, you won't be able to notice that kind of sweat as much. And honestly, they kept my legs really, really warm. In comparison to using some before, I was using some Nike winter tights, a little bit thicker material, and these actually kept my legs just as warm. I think the reason is because with the Nike ones, they didn't wick away sweat, so the sweat was cooling me down while they were heating me up, so it was kind of balancing each other, whereas this was wicking away sweat and a little thinner material, so I was able to achieve the same warmth on my legs with a thinner and less expensive tight. Okay, so now one feature which you might not expect to have in a cheaper legging like these is this band at the top. Now, this black band is really nice, it's really thick, and that basically helps keep them up so they're not falling down. It's really nice to have a really, really thick band like this at the top, which you know is not going to fall. Now, as far as durability goes, all the stitching is holding up really nicely. I've been using these for a really long time. The one thing which you'll probably see over time starting to fade is this little Eastbay logo because it is screen printed on, but everything else on here is either part of the material or is it embossed? Whatever it is, where it's sewed into it. Now, also, these are machine washable. Now, just be careful when you're drying them though. I prefer just to hang dry all my football stuff so I don't get any shrinking in it. Okay, so now let's talk about the sizing and which you want to order for different stuff. So mostly for everything, I range between a large and an extra large, somewhere in there. Now, for these tights, I ordered them in an extra large based off the waist size. Now, for reference, my waist size, I wear around a 35, but they don't have that, so I think I went with a 36, which is the XL. My chest, I have about a 45. I'm right between that 44 and 46 right now, which are the two things, so I'm a little between stuff right now. Now, I was recommended to go with the XL. Now, for pants, I usually wear about a 32-inch pant. 31 to 32 is really good for me. But now with these tights, the bottoms were actually a little too long for the XL size, and again, you can see that right here. There's a little bit of bunching at the bottom, which again, if you pulled it up a little higher in your waist, you could get rid of most of that bunching and it's not as noticeable. But again, you can see here, I kind of really notice it, and especially when between sets and stuff, I'm just looking down, kind of OCD about it, it kind of bothered me. So again, yeah, definitely recommend stick to only your waist size is more important than, I guess, obviously your chest size for this kind of thing. Now just be careful not to go too big. Okay, so now when do I wear them? Are they useful? Are they worth the money? So first off, I think I've already used them more than every dollar I've spent on them. I've used them probably more than 20 times at this point, so I'm using less than $1 a time. They're still holding up really well. Now I wear them specifically for all my lower body stuff. The reason is just to keep my legs nice and warm between sets. Very helpful. You don't want your legs to cool off. Now, although they are cheaper, you're definitely getting a lot of value out of these. That doesn't mean they're cheap, but based on the quality they have and the price you're paying, the value is unbelievable with these, which you might not get out of some of those really specific Nike tights where they have all these different technologies used for different aspects of the game. So the value you're getting out of these is absolutely great. So there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Lineman Football. Again, if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see the unboxing of this video, don't forget to go check that out. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow me at Lineman Football. It'll be at the end of this video. And as always, thanks.